Hello everybody. Eflamok here and with me is Mr. Grandis from Frankreich. Well, no. That
Yeah,
one.
reporting from Frankfurt in
Frankfurt?
Texas. Yeah.
Texas, Frankfurt. Either way guys, here's Heflamok coming with Grandis. We are in the Joint Dota League Season 3 Division 1 America CNB. The Brazilians, they played already a game today versus Sneaky Nick's Assassins. Played it 1-1 in the series. Now they are up against the Venezuelans. No Earth Spirit, obviously, since he's not even in Captain's mode. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. I think performance-wise, both teams are pretty close to each other. And yeah, this is gonna be good. I mean, CNB, if they start where they pretty much ended in the other game, this might be the favorite here. Then again, in the first game, Sneaky Nick's Assassins pretty much rocked the show completely. So let's see where this is going. The performance maybe not 100% stable for CNB. Maybe it's enough for the Venezuelan, maybe not. Let's look into the draft.
Yeah, the bans so far are pretty vanilla. We have Doom Death Prophet taken out by No Earth Spirit, and Faceless Void and Shadow Shaman banned out by CNB. Yet again, we're going to see Lycanthrope let through the pool. I think that if I'm CNB Esports, I want to take that one up, but no, they're going to give the Dire Lycan away to No Earth Spirit if they want to take it up.
Yep, absolutely. And, well, a Death Prophet ban and a Rasta ban, that opens the gates of Lycan, Razor, and other funny stuff. So let's see, what do you think? Lycan, do we see a Lycan? I mean, now that it's an option, we might as well see him.
I think so. Like, I don't think there's a reason to not pick up a Dire Lycan. Some teams aren't super comfortable with playing him on the Radiant side. But if you're not going to play him on the Radiant side, I think you have to ban him out. Like, giving away a Dire Lycan is just too strong. He gets Roshan very easily. The laning generally works out for him a little bit better. And, I don't know, it just seems really strong this patch, especially if you can pick up another hero that synergizes with the push coming out from the Lycanthrope early on. But they'll go for the Razor.
Razor and Lycan.
Yeah, I hope so. Tidehunter. For now, it's
Okay.
completely ignored.
That's interesting, but that gives CNB the opportunity to go for it. I still think it's a pick that would fit on both teams. Like even the Dire team has here the freedom to just take the Lycan, and that is just amazing actually if you get it together. Like if this was I don't know, any tournament team whatsoever that plays along the meta or like is somewhere in the Western world, then this would have happened. But nope, the South Americans here, they decide that Lycan is definitely not something they want to go for. The second ban stage is starting now after we saw the Tidehunter and the Shadow Demon. Again, CNB with that Shadow Demon, that like this random rogue Shadow Demon coming out, which we didn't understand the other day, but then the other day, like 3 hours ago. But the Shadow Demon played with the Dazzle and the Axe that actually worked out, but the game won, for example, and I didn't see any reason. But let's see, if no Earth Spirits, if they saw the last game versus Sna, they should ban the Dazzle or the Axe.
Yeah, I think either of those bans would definitely be solid. I think CNB Esports are comfortable with that combo, and they use it to great effect, as you said, up against Sna. That was up against Lycanthrope, and this time the matchups are going to be a little bit different. But still, the burst damage that comes out from that combo, especially the physical damage, is really potent, and definitely could take a Tidehunter down in lane.
Yep, absolutely. And the Tidehunter, well, I definitely like it. I mean, Razor and Tidehunter is a nice combo, twice nice AoE, then Eye of the Storm, even just ravaging through the targets that have been ravaged by Tidehunter, Anchor Smash, a slow minus armor that all plays into Razor's hands because like two of his abilities are boosting his physical damage or doing physical damage, therefore minus armor is coming out. And yep, I definitely like the combo. Also the uptime of static link can be boosted if you really already static link the target and it's getting ravaged, and it has another 2 point something seconds stun on it, which pretty much guarantees almost a full leech.
Yeah, for sure. I think at this point, CNB Esports kind of have to ban out the Lycanthrope. If you let that through to the second stage, I don't think there's any reason that No Earth Spirit should not pick that up.
Well,
Maybe
they prefer the Shadow Demon, for example, over a Lycan, or a Tidehunter over a Lycan. So, to be honest, maybe they're already so used to the fact that Lycan is never being picked because he's always banned that like the drafters completely forgot about the existence of Lycan.
Yeah, I don't know. So CNB Esports are going to leave that in as a first pick if no Earth Spirit want to, but I mean, as you said, maybe they just don't want to play with it.
Yep, this might actually be what's coming. Kunkka being banned by No Earth Spirit. This Kunkka ban in South American games is coming up all the time. Like, it's pretty interesting to watch this. But yeah, they ban out the Mirana, so yeah, Lycan is for the next 4 picks still an option. I can't even believe this.
Yeah, I don't know, and another pick is going to go by, and honestly, I don't think either of these teams are going to pick it up. They've had multiple opportunities in order to do so, and yeah, it looks like that's not going to be their choice. Maybe no Earth Spirit is scared up against the Shadow Demon Dazzle Axe combo, but they're going to go ahead and pick up a Visage here. Is this a Dro Ranger pick from CNB Esports?
I don't know, like, otherwise it doesn't really make too much sense. I mean, sometimes here and there we see Visage coming out, but he falls off very fast. That's the problem. Also against Razor, not the best. Center Warrior, okay, yeah, can be nicely kited, speed taken off, and there it is. Finally. I mean, you had to pretty much bag them to pick the Lycan, but now Center Warner, Lycan, we have quite some burst already there. This is Plasma Field, Gush, Anchor Smash, Hoof Stomp, maybe the initiation then with the Blink Dagger, Double Edge, and now the Lycan. Also all heroes. I mean, not the traditional right clickers, but if then Howl is later on, then yeah, it's quite something that's coming out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. The lanes coming out from No Earth Spirit are going to be a little bit peculiar, as they do have the Tidehunter as well as the Centaur Warrior. Usually, both of those heroes are played towards the off lane. So I'm guessing this is going to be a support tied with the Razor, and then they'll pick up another support to go on that tri-lane, and then leave the Lycan solo safe lane versus whatever CNB Esports put up against him, which looks like it's going to be the Brewmaster.
Yep, Brewmaster, that's actually quite something, especially against the Lycan, because for the time being of the shapeshift, you need to disable him, otherwise he's just rampaging through Visage and Shadow Demon, etc. I mean, there is the disruption there, but besides the disruption, the Cyclone and Boulder Toss of the Primal Split, there is nothing they can actually do against the Lycan. That's the problem, there's nothing to stop him. Viper Strike, he doesn't care, then the Grave Chill, he doesn't care either, so, yep. I definitely like the Brewmaster pick there. Also something very interesting that he got through so far. I mean, Lycan and Brewmaster, in all our other games we would have seen them as like first ban, first pick material. Here they managed to get through 2 ban stages and then being picked at the very last, like the 4th one of the second pick phase.
Yeah, very peculiar, but eventually they did kind of catch on, I guess? I don't know. They ended up picking up these first 2 heroes. Yeah, as far as the next picking stage, I think No Earth Spirit needs some sort of range support that can offer some decent stunning. Shadow Shaman definitely not in the pool, as that was taken out in the first stage. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this last support coming out from No Earth Spirit?
I can't really talk about it because I need to see the 5th one. Right now I'm more curious about like how they're gonna lane it. Tidehunter off lane, safe lane farming Lycan, Razor mid, but like who's gonna take the off lane if there's also a center? Like I'm kind of baffled about the laning because No Earth Spirit, they have 2 good candidates for the off lane. So what is it? Center jungling or Tidehunter going just full support, or I don't know, like Tidehunter mid, Razor safe lane, Lycan off lane in a dual lane strategy. Like I don't know, turn it around. It doesn't really make any sense. And now the Grandis V is gonna be picked. The amazing Witch Doctor.
For the sake of No Earth Spirit, let's hope they play it a little bit better than I did last game. But either way, that is going to offer a lot of sustain for their push, as well as some decent lockdown if they're able to find 2 heroes that are isolated away from the team fight. Not the most reliable of stuns, but definitely can be a great setup for your Hoof Stomp as well as your Ravage coming out from the Tidehunter. I'm expecting that to be a Tidehunter support.
It has to be. This is center offlane and Tidehunter goes support, which I don't like. But yeah, Tinker's coming out. Okay, that's quite interesting. And Lycan can't really do much against the Tinker when then the Ghost Scepter and everything is coming out. But the Magical Burst on the Lycan is for sure real. Same on the Witch Dog. But let's see, they have quite some initiation on the Tinker as well. I mean, Cask can really ruin your day because it goes, of course, through Ghost Scepter, and then your rearm being interrupted, you end up not having your Ghost Scepter again, which is a bad thing to happen, obviously, especially if you don't have rearm free. But let's see if they can really shut down the Tinker. So we have at the moment a Tanky Viper, a Brewmaster, and a Tinker that are supposed to carry this through. And on the other side, well, the Lycan and the Razor with 2 stunners, or if you take the Ravage on top of it, that's 3 stunners. Let's see. I mean, the most curious thing is, of course, how much farm does that Titanic get, because he's in a full support role. But let's just introduce them. We have Alex C here on the Lycan. In the offlane, we're gonna find the power of a legend. Whoa, what an epic name! On the center, Warner, and the tri-lane is gonna be here Fan of Soyon, then Glacius, and the A-Love Tidehunter.
Yeah, and on the Radiant side, we are going to have CNB with the supporting duo being Baga on the Shadow Demon, with Ned playing on the Visage. The Viper is going to be handled by Klotzi, 22, and then we'll have Wesley playing on the Tinker, and that will leave solo safe lane a Brewmaster handled by 40R.
Yep.
Yeah, so it does look like this supporting duo is going to be the Tidehunter and Witch Doctor, leaving the Lycanthrope mid versus the Tinker, and I think Lycan actually gets pretty wrecked by a Tinker in lane, with the mischance coming out from lasers. Wesley be very annoying, and then once he gets some levels up into Marcher Machine, Lycan zoned out pretty effectively, so there's a lot riding on these supports being able to shut down the Tinker, but Tidehunter, Witch Doctor, not the best at getting some roaming ganks on early.
Yep, let's see. I mean, the Brewmaster, the center lane should be fairly equal. In the mid, well, Tinker against the Lycan. Early game will be, of course, quite a nuisance, but when he goes for the Wolves then later, then you can just send those Wolves by default on the Tinker, and he can't really do anything against it, because the right clicks are just not strong enough, especially because he starts with Boot, because he maybe expected the Razor in the mid, which is, of course, now bad for his right clicks. Like, having a Null's Talisman is kind of needed on a Tinker because you have like a very low base damage. This is 52 base damage, not the best to do the right clicks, but let's see. I mean, the most interesting thing is gonna be like this tri-lane here.
Yeah, now they get the Cask bounce. It goes to Visage. Events Disruption comes up, but I think he's still going to end up falling. They will get a little bit of block under tower on the Tidehunter. Will eat a lot of damage from the tower, but first blood secured by Fan of Soyan in the very end.
Yep, that Visage was a bit too optimistic. Also the first point in Grave Chill, which is usually the first point you put in there, but after he was that much on the attack, he might have, I don't know, were happy if he picked up his passive first, but yep, this way, a nice start here for Banner of Spirit.
Yeah, and, well, aggressive tri-lane Viper is usually pretty good if you can get a lot of aggressive potential and kill the enemy carrier or stop them from farming, but Razor should be fine in this lane, especially after getting the kill onto the Visage, and Shadow Demon Visage not the best support duo at getting kills, especially before level 6 on the Visage. We have another Cask bouncing too, and that is a beautiful one as they slow down the Visage again. It looks like Ned's going to give up another kill. Disruption goes away of the Razor, but I don't think it's going to really matter. They get a couple of illusions, but in the end, Lycanthrope dies in the mid to the Tinker.
Lycan just got wrecked by the Tinker. This was a level 2 laser. He's going for a combat build against the Lycan, which I absolutely like. This is, of course, his bottle coming up, and unless he dies now in the next some seconds, he's gonna be almost full HP again with the Tango and the bottle top. It just doesn't work out, and I actually like the approach both teams go here. South Americans play apparently the new CIS Dota, very aggressive and whatnot. We have a combat build on Tinker. It's a risky thing to do, but apparently he's winning his lane at the moment with it, so he can keep on going for this one. Plus we have also a combat Tidehunter, so no Kraken Shell boring stuff. So we have, yeah, him Gush anchor smashing targets, and that hurts so much because you get level 1 Gush is already -2 armor, then the anchor smash is physical damage 75, so yeah, he's gonna get on the Visage, for example. Like, this is even, yeah, he has 0 armor. He has 0 armor because he didn't pick up his passive or anything like that. Yep, bad news, but let's see. This Lycan in the mid, he's gonna be dead, so dead.
Yeah,
Look
for
at it.
sure. Yeah, one combo from Tinker, zap, that's it.
That makes it 2-2. But yeah, this was kinda too obvious. I mean, they didn't have vision around the rune, but the Tinker not returning, like, from the rune. I mean, he saw him going there, and after he is not returning, I would be kinda afraid, because he knew he has a combat build, which means he is not in the jungle or much of the machining somewhere. So this was kinda stupid by the Lycan to stick around.
Yeah, I do like this choice of the Tinker to back off after going for the 2-2 build to put a point into the March of Machines, and I hope he keeps on leveling that one up as well. I think that 2-2-0 is plenty to get the benefit of the combat build, which is really dominating her lane, which he's shown after getting 2 kills on the Lycanthrope. But then later on, if you go fully commit to that and go 4-4-0, you just can't farm enough, and it's really relying on getting those kills. So I think going for the earlier points in the Laser and Rocket have suited its need, and now he can back off for March.
Yeah, I don't like it, but let's see. Because I really think you could go for aggressive Tinker, like if you just go for the bottle and then direct rush, and you go for a combat build without the March of Machines. Because at the moment, Bundle of Earth, they have no interest in pushing whatsoever, so you don't need the March of Machines, and a laser level 4 plus level 3 rockets with one disarm, rearm is the perfect thing to do. But oh, we have like a small little brawl here, but Visage just too fast. Now the Tinker's coming in. That's a rocket, whole assumption, and it's just enough with the stick. But he has to run. The Tinker can follow him. He's faster, but why does he not follow? He should follow. Instead, he's gonna run in like 2 people, or maybe he doesn't. But I think he should have followed him. Like at the tier 1 tower, around the tier 1 tower, his laser would have been ready again. It was on 7 seconds cooldown. I think that was a guaranteed kill. Might have been, of course, risky, but okay.
I don't know, fair enough. He will be able to stack up the large camp once. Also, a little bit of a nitpicky thing, you can double pull this and get both of the stacks by dropping a March here at about 51. So, not the most efficient play coming out for the Tinker, but still he can farm all 3 of those instantly.
Look at this, impending doom here. This is Gush, Anchor Smash, Casket, and then comes the center. There's the cask, flying, bouncing, not bouncing back, but still, Anchor Smash will come in and this will finish it. No, actually, the creeps finished it, but still. Pretty nice. The entire thing was even supported by the Howl of the Lycan. It's only level 1, but sure, it definitely helps the entire thing. So, another nice kill here. This combat Tidehunter, it really does good work at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know, I do like the aggressive playstyle coming out from both of these teams, and it makes for some interesting Dota. For now, they're going to push into this tier 1 tower. They don't have Howl available, and they're committing a lot of heroes in order to do so. Eventually settling down with both of their supports in the Razor down in this lane. They've left the Brewmaster alone for a little bit. He's about halfway towards his Blink Dagger, and almost has his level 6, so potentially 4DR should be able to get a kill soon.
Yep, absolutely, but it seems like they want to defend. There's a disruption here, but the cask flying and even bouncing, but there it stops to bounce. Now the question is, do they have more? Do they want to go for more? The Tidehunter really under attack, but the Shadow Demon dying first. Now Visage again dying. I guess he got already used to that fact, but now 40R coming in, the poison attack, just slowing it down. Cask, no mana. With the stick charges, maybe, and he's doing the right thing. He's leading them in another direction. Cask bouncing between those. Oh my god, it's only level 2, but yeah, it should be enough. He's going down, but he did exactly what a good support does. He's buying time for the team to escape.
Yeah, in the meantime, in mid lane, Lycanthrope was able to get a kill on the Tinker. Just chased him down with the Wolf form. The laser was pretty much all the Tinker could do. It was going for the 6-minute rune, I believe, and just wasn't able to really make anything happen. So in the end, Alex D gets himself some revenge against Wesley.
Yep, but now, like, this is why I hate, like, oh, look at the Panda coming in, but Stampede, easy, the rocket flying, and now you see why I hate it, that people start with the combat build and then don't continue. If this was a laser 4 on a rocket 3, or both level 3, this would have been an easy kill with this setup, but he chose to go for a 2-2-2 build, and that's like, it's a bit of everything and nothing. That's why I hate it. So either you go laser March, or you just don't go for the combat approach at all.
I don't know, I don't think that... I like this better than just the straight up March and laser build. Gives you more laning presence and still allows you to fall back on your farming. The way this game is panned out, definitely getting those extra points into the damaging spells would be very useful for the Tinker. But then again, his game impact would be delayed even more if he wasn't able to get those kills. So it's a risk that he probably should have taken, but in the end, just not one that he wanted to.
Yep. It's the second time he misses a kill with all Visage. There's the cast, damage already stolen, so much damage with the Gush. Like, this Visage is really getting the Milk Award.
We'll have to see if they're going to be able to come back from this. Excuse me, Brewmaster up on top. With some support rotations, he might be able to go for the Centaur, but the window's closing, his Centaur ultimate's coming off of cooldown, so he should be just fine anyway.
Yep, this tier 1 tower is definitely going down. Like, I mean, Viper's still sticking around, they have no cliff, so I think he should just accept the fact. I don't know why he's still here. He could do something else in the meantime, but we also still haven't seen a Brewmaster ultimate. Now, oh, there's the go here. Maybe with the Stampede, this might even be enough damage. There's the slow, but yeah, Primal Split just bait it out. No Boulder Toss coming. Now it's flying. And maybe this might be enough. He just needs to buy time for the second Boulder Toss, and the mini Radiance Burn is coming out. But he's right-clicking with the Fire Panda instead of just following him. That is also not the smartest thing to do, but this way he gets at least a kill. But no, he's not dying. 3 HP.
Tower mischance on 4DR. Yeah, in the end, yeah, interesting micro choice coming out from the Brewmaster. I think he would have been able to get that kill a little bit cleaner if he cycloned up the Centaur and then purged him down, then through the boulder. But in the end, he was able to secure the kill and get out alive.
Just have the fire.
Tinker, he's getting cast up. Will they get a lucky bounce? No, it goes back to the creeps. So, nothing happening on Wesley.
But look at this, those creeps, they are getting stolen now by the Lycan. He has a double damage rune and the wolves. This is of course perfect because Tinker was preparing here to go in, but oh god,
gets
now
stomped
he's stunned up.
Can they do anything? No, they gush up Tinker and just secure the stack for Alex Z. And now with another cask bouncing through, this might be a position for them to fight, however, without 4DR's ultimate. Oh, there goes the Death Ward. It does very little but zoning them out. Lycanthrope pops his wolves, but he's standing inside the March Machines, and with the Vicious Clap, oh my goodness, they're going to lose their Lycanthrope for that stack. It definitely wasn't worth it, especially considering that the Tinker got most of it. Glacius, he's slowed up by the Grave Chill. They get a cask bounce, which is good to 4DR. 4DR is fairly low, and, well, look at it go. In the end, they get the kill onto the Witch Doctor. Viper secures that one.
Look at it go. Well, that didn't really work out. I mean, besides all that, they get at least a top tier 1 tower here. The Razor, no, actually the Centaur is getting the last hit. And that also means for him, he's 100 gold away from his dagger. So, pretty much after the next CS, we see a Blink Dagger on the Centaur. And it's a okay-ish one for the fact that they have been rotating so much. So it's a 11 minutes dagger on a Centaur. And if he wants to, he can even just come in the mid with this.
Yeah, I don't know, they are going to fortify mid. The Razor stealing damage from the Viper. He's not being slowed up by the Visage, but now the Centaur ultimate comes through, and Phantom Swain, he's stolen a lot of damage to the Hoofstomp and blow up the Visage. Just nothing they can do. He doesn't have enough points that Gravekeeper's Cloak to even stand a chance. And while he does have level 6, and he's scouting a little bit with the Familiars, but they're searching for them. Will they be able to find him? Tidehunter very good at killing them, but he just kind of stops and runs in the trees, so in the end, not going to be able to secure the kill on the Familiars.
And also the Tinker, that's like, I just don't like the way he plays the Tinker. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like right now, look what the Witch Doctor does. He farms what the Tinker prepared for him. The Tinker brought all the creeps low here, and the reason for that is he has no Soaring. Like, he doesn't go for the Soaring build, which means he only has bottles and BOTs. Not a real build, like level 3 marching machines and stuff, but at least now he can spam.
Oh, jump into the pit, coming out from the Brewmaster, gets clap on everybody with the marching machines working on Glacius. It looks like the Radiance Burn from the Fire Panda will be enough. No, Voodoo Restoration comes through. Tinker's joining here, but he just doesn't have enough mana. Now he's going to Hoofstomp up with the Witch Doctor channeling through. They'll be able to get that kill. Power of Legend is going to be fairly low. He gets a stun up Glacius, and one more guaranteed crit is all he needs. Or almost all he needs. He needs one more crit on top of that. Alex Z doesn't have his ultimate available. It just wore off, and he's trying to run away. The Soul Assumption from long range does very little damage, and he loses his Familiars as well. So 2-0 after a good jump in from the Brewmaster.
Yep. As I said, if the Tinker just had a Soul Ring right now, he could have spammed them just with marching machines out, but
they're
Viper's going in
continuing to
again.
fight as the Viper jumps in, but there goes the Centaur straight onto 4DR. 4DR does not have the ultimate. He already used it this fight, and he's going to fall. 4DR, or the Power of Legend's fairly low, but the Fist is just going to be munched down by the Wolf. And 7-12, as well as the Roshan being given away to ban Earth Spirit. Oh, CNB, they just kind of gave away almost everything. Like, that was huge.
Yeah, he didn't even have mana for the Soul Assumption because he doesn't even have a stick. Like, this is really bad news. Like, he's rushing, we're talking about 13 minutes, like, trying to get that amulet done, but a stick would have saved his life, maybe here and there, or at least let him turn around. Like, he would have maybe gotten a kill on the Center Warrunner, because the Warrunner was on a 200 and something HP, and then did the double edge. That would have been easy, but oh my god, is there a go? Yeah, on Baga, there's a double edge, but it should be still, no. It should not be enough. I can't even believe it. The last right click did it. That was with the Howl coming up, and that Howl right click was just enough to get this kill. There will also be a deny here, mid tier 1 tower. This is getting out of control for the Brazilians here at the moment, and we have to look at the crafts right after. And look at this, like after this fight around Roshan, Banerf taking like almost 5k experience leap, and it's not even updated right now. This will be even more. We're gonna see probably 6 or 7k here, and when it comes to gold, we are already heading towards the 10k advantage here.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just CNB giving away a little bit more than they needed to, I think. Yeah, well, they are going to Grave Chill and go on to Glacius here. They might be able to get this pick off at the very least. He tries to channel his ultimate, but in the end, just gets blown up.
That's his first kill this game. He's 1-6-3, so he just lost his virginity, but the Tidehunter, he's at least in range with the invisibility rune to get like all, I don't know why he's standing in the marching machines, but now they want to go. Look at this
Ravage. On to 2 with the follow-up anchor smash. Now Tinker's going to fall at the very beginning. Ned tries to turn with the Soul Assumption. He might be able to get this kill with the birds. 4-step away in the Tidehunter, and nothing happening. Easy 2 kills for Fan of Soyan.
Yep, absolutely. So nice to scout it. I was wondering why he's standing in the marching machines, but I didn't see the Razor was coming directly. Like I thought he's taking him a bit longer till like some follow-up comes, so he's leeching the XP. But well, Familiar's going down. Just trying to slow the entire thing, but might even die on the way. Nope, they're not even trying. Or the Razor, no, he doesn't get a second hit in. At the same time, Witch Dog being alone against the Viper here. Cask is not ready. There's just a death ward and it's done.
Monster 2 is going to be hoof stomped up, but the rocket's going after the Tinker as well as the mechanism will keep him safe. Monster 2 now turns on the Power of Legend with that guaranteed slow coming out from Corrosive Skin. The Power of Legend is just too slow and will be bursted down as well. I thought that would be a good turn coming out from them, but with the Tinker bots in from Wesley, it will be
this is just Viper being so damn tanky. Like seriously. Like he survived almost full duration of level 1 death ward. So that's, well, interesting to say the least. I mean, he has quite some armor now with Aquilas and the mech, but still, was surprised.
Yeah, I thought for sure that would be a dead Viper, but I don't know, in the mid lane, it looks like everybody's just going to back off and farm up their own side of the map. Necronomicon's going to be the next choice for the Lycanthrope. Don't think he has the Staff of Wizardry, but once he gets that, he will have a level 2 finish.
Yep, absolutely, and well, Ancient still blocked, so Tinker's farm, I don't know, now he went for Soaring. Like, I don't understand, I really don't understand Wesley's approach here on a Tinker play. Like, he's playing it all the other way around, pretty much, as it should be. But now, well, Tinker, you gotta be careful, but he's maybe even baiting them in. There's a laser, if he doesn't hit them, there's the Viper Strike, but Soul Assumption, oh, beautiful done.
March of the Machines is ridiculous. Lycanthrope ran through the fire and the flames to get to the Tinker and ended up just eating a Soul Assumption.
Yeah, and since he's so fast, like all these little robots hitting his face even more and harder, and that's why he died so fast.
Yeah, I don't know. So in the end, a little bit of RNG involved there so that he did have all of those little robots in his face. But still, TP's up top. They start stealing damage from 4DR, but he'll be able to blink away. And it looks like that's going to be about it. Glacius is very low. Will Voodoo Restoration presumably earn up? They drop the Centaur ultimate, trying to chase down some more of these kills. They are focusing onto Ned. They try to cancel him, but there goes the Ravage. It only lands onto Klotz 2-2, and he's, I don't know, very tanky. They won't focus on him. The Brewmaster split, throws the Razor up into the air. And this is very awkward engagement as Fanasonian is being focused on the Razor. Now the Tidehunter is going to fall. That's the Aegis on the Razor. Power of Legend barely clips the Tinker, or was that just the Cask bouncing through to him? I believe it was the Cask. Power of Legend standing inside the March. He's going to die to the Tinker after throwing that double edge out. And now the Lycanthrope pops his wolf form, focusing on a Baga. Buyback from the Tidehunter wants to get back into this as Baga is going to fall to one more auto attack. Now, 4DR is still in the midst of everything. Phantom Soaring gets the vision of him. Nori doesn't as he blinks stealth and tries to TP out. He'll be able to make it out alive. Very awkward spread out engagement from both of these teams.
Yep, and by the way, like, if you wonder why the Razor is after, like, those everlasting static link not hitting for anything, there's 1 point in it. He went for his passive, Unstable Current, 4 points in it. We've seen some people, even in the pro scene, picking up that build. I don't like it, because if you imagine this fight, with him having maximum damage leached, plus his original, like, 89 damage, That would have been just sick, but oh, they found the birds. One bird is going down, but yeah, I know the fight was really awkward. I have to say, like we had the buyback of the Tidehunter, okay, but overall I was really like impressed how CNB got back on this one.
Yeah, Tinker bouncing in onto the Visage, initiate a little bit on Glacius with the Viper Strike ultimate. Tinker's here, but he doesn't have a Blink Dagger. Just going to start throwing out those needs. Centaur ultimate as well as Lycan ultimate going to be deployed, but Shadow Shaman is going to fall. Razor on the backlines using that level 1 stack link. He's going to fall in the end. Shadow Shaman or Shadow Demon for Razor at the end of the day. Will they be able to chase down any more? It doesn't look like they will.
Yep, and that was actually also unstoppable streak. Oh, but Tinker wants to go in. He wants the Tidehunter. Oh, where is it? Laser rocket on. Right click. No, the bird is still scouting. If he has the range, blink forward, and he could do the rocket, but
TP to the bird and blink.
I don't know, the bird, but not correctly scouting.
Yeah,
no.
They get the rockets. Easy kill on the Tidehunter. Now he needs to get out of there alive. He should be fine.
Okay, now we finally talk about it. Like, finally some nice plays are coming out here between, like, with the familiar synergy and everything. But still, like, the way he started his Tinker, interesting to say the least.
Yes, item progression's a little bit delayed. If you go for that Soul Ring earlier, you can farm up the stacks a lot more efficiently, which we saw earlier when the Witch Doctor was able to steal a lot of the stacks. In mid, they go on to Klotsu 2 to follow up with the Hoof Stomps as well as the Double Edge. He's fairly tanky. Another Witch Doctor showing his ultimate as well. Klotsu 2 is still alive and standing strong. He might even be able to turn with the Brewmaster ultimate coming through. He is going to TP away at the very end of the day. Venusaurian thrown up by the Brewmaster ultimate, and eventually it's just going to be a Brewmaster ultimate for the retreat of the Viper. Will 40R get out of their life? He'll just blink and it'll be fine. Ned might not be so lucky. They catch vision of him. Now the Lycan wants him very badly. Lycan ultimate doesn't have phase boost, so it gets blocked up by his own illusion, or minions rather. And now the Grave Chill will slow down his attack speed a little bit, but it's not going to stop him from chasing. And now with the Drunken Haze,
the Necros.
Yeah, well now they jump in onto the Tinker and get the easy kill onto Wesley. Now Tidehunter looking for the Ravage. Is it going to clip anybody? Only gets this Klotsu 2. And while Klotsu 2 is fairly tanky, it's just going to Viper Strike up the Tidehunter under the tier 3 tower. And now he's going for Fan of Soyan, going out from 4DR, but with the Double Edge. Oh no, not doing enough damage, and Power of Legends also going to die, as 2 kills are going to go the way of CNB, even though they started that fight out very well.
The start of the fight was good. The Ravage was just horrendously bad. Like, really bad. I don't know, he really tried to get those 3 guys into the Chrono, into the Chrono I say, into the Ravage. But, I mean, if it would have succeeded, good fight, but they were just too fast away. It was very optimistic what a Tidehunter wanted to do there, because this is a Tidehunter with a Force Stuff instead of a Blink Dagger, and therefore, well, I think he kinda overestimated how far you can really Force Stuff. Yeah, so it was kind of awkward, and the problem is the team, after they saw all that, they were like, hey guys, I gotta go for it. Oh, Tinker, well, against the Lycan, he can't really do anything. He has to TP out already, but it's also very interesting. I don't know, like when they see like those level 1 Necros, level 2 Necros going under the tower, they don't turn around and just go for it or something. Now we have a disconnect. To be honest, overall, I have to say, like when it comes to those big ultimates and like those small plays on the sidelines, it's at the moment more about who does more mistakes and who does less.
I mean, Dota is usually about the mistakes, but this game especially. Let's see. The pause is because the Centaur disconnected. I think that's the only reason. I haven't had any other rationale about it. But for now, both teams are just going to back off. And, well, Roshan's probably going to be the next position where they're going to start fighting. But, oh, actually, looks like the drawing's on the map from Lycan. He wants to take tier 2s.
Yep, definitely. And, well, I'm going to take this break just to show the graphs. Approximately... Well, Banner, they actually lost quite some XP now that CNB is a bit closer when it comes to the kills. And when we look at gold, yep, they're 10k advantage. They were even above it, but we're almost down to 6k. This happens when you like have these awkward fights. To be honest, I really have the feeling under normal circumstances, Banner would be right now like sieging the high ground, but they made a lot of mistakes there. The Lycan did, as well as the Tidehunter now. But before that, they had actually quite some clean plays coming out. But yeah, as I said, both teams do sometimes heavy mistakes, and the team expects like those big ultimates to hit and land their targets. But if you have such a fail Ravage, for example, and your team commits under a tier 2 tower, and then just suddenly gets caught out with a turnaround Viper Strike, for example, then yeah, this brings you in such an awkward position.
Yeah, I mean, if they just all right-clicked the tower and then just backed off and waited for CNB to jump in, I think they would have been a lot better off, and Tidehunter probably could have gotten off a better Ravage. It looked like, at that point in the fight, CNB were just going to concede this tier 2 tower, but it still stands with 660 HP.
Yeah, I guess. So 22 minutes in, and I don't know, let's see what we got in item progression. We're gonna have like a pipe on the center, pretty much in 700 gold, and besides that, I guess there's not much else to come. The Lycan is gonna upgrade pretty much soon as well, his Necro. But this is a level 2 right now, and we are going for a level 3 in approximately 200 gold. For the Tidehunter, as I said, I wish he had a Blink Dagger. With a Blink Dagger, the Ravage would have been different, but okay, having a 4-staff on the team, also not the bad thing. The Witch Dog. I wonder what he's gonna do when he dings 1200 gold. Maybe this is the first step towards the point booster and then into Arcanum Scepter. Right now he has PTs for stats. That's okay. And yeah, point booster is coming up right now, and are you serious? This is center just disconnecting, and Patria. Sorry, Patria. Amada.
Well,
Ayuda.
well, yeah.
Where's your Spanish?
Oh, my Spanish is actually awful. I took like 2 years in middle school, and then I switched to French in high school, so yeah. It's very bad. My accent is even worse. It's
Well, Amada
it's terrible.
means like my beloved, and wait, Ayuda is how do I translate this? Like I have to translate it in other languages first in my brain and then into English back. So it's kind of but wait, isn't Ayuda like something with help? Well,
That sounds right. I don't know.
it sounds right.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know.
your
Like,
Spanish is really bad.
it is.
So yeah, Patria, that means oh Jesus, how do you translate this in English? Like home, country, mother, country, father, country. Wait,
Motherland? Maybe? I don't know.
let me
Let's-
just translate this. Father tape. What the hell?
Google Translate not very useful, I guess.
No, I'm not using Google Translate.
Uh-huh.
Man. I'm a hobby linguist. Parent country, motherland, yeah, country
Yeah.
of origin. But that should be patria. It's like a, I don't know. Maybe they use it as like some shout out or something like that. I don't know. Like as I said, my Spanish is horrible. But
America. Let's see. Well, that pipe from the Centaur Warner is going to be very crucial for Bant Earth Spirit to pick up if they want to go high ground anytime soon. It does negate the damage from March of Machines and keeps your creep wave alive when you are going up against them. So a very critical piece of the puzzle for them to finish. And then that Necrobook 3, which Lycanthrope does have completed.
yep, absolutely. And well, what is the Tinker actually going for? 1,400 gold. The Blink Dagger is now finally done, and well, it's a pretty interesting build. The Razor at the moment pretty happy because
Whoa!
yeah, he's just leeching full damage, but that might be a bait because the Tinker's coming in, rockets on 2, there's a Demonic Purge, and look at it, Stampede is coming out. They really want to get him, but he's just hiding in his defensive disruption. But Net is going down with all that damage, but it's a 1-1 trade and definitely a better trade. At the same time, we have Viper going for the rest of the team here. Viper Strike was cast, but it was not in range now. The poor Witch Dog, and nobody has an interrupt, so he's getting out of it. It remains a 1-1 trade, but a better one for CNB, unless you consider the fact that,
Banners?
of course, Lycan
Yep.
is just a Lycan.
Yeah, it takes a tier 2 tower and now munches onto the Tinker. He wants this kill so bad. Mechanism comes out, the mischance is through, but not on the summons. And they just rip Tinker a new one, and he's, yeah, back to base.
Yeah, like, I don't know why he did that, and I don't know why he doesn't have a damn Ghost Scepter right now. You can't blink in front of a Lycan with a level 3 Necro without a Ghost Scepter. Like, he just pops Wolf's Howl Necro, or actually the other way around, like Wolf's Necro Howl, and then just rips you apart in just some seconds. And Viper can do nothing there. Absolutely nothing
He
besides the
mech'd.
mech.
That was it, yeah. And now Roshan's given away with that kill. There's not a lot that CNB can do to defend against this. They have the Brewmaster split if they want to commit that, but even that's only going to delay it a little bit. It's not going to actually win them the team fight in the pit. They know what's going on with the Visage Familiars, but that's just going to give Phantom Swain some extra damage. I actually didn't know that you could link for the Familiars. Tinker's TPing in here. What are you doing? Tinker! Wesley's in the middle of everybody. They commit the Ravage, and now he's just completely dead. They get the Aegis, and... What?
I don't know what he was expecting there, but wow. I mean, the Aegis got snatched, so they get 2 kills. The Lycan, the center actually DCing at the same time here. I don't know what that was. It was a very weird thing, but the fun fact is really that Razor snatched the Aegis. So the Tinker with his suicide mission a la Snack Bar, he was just, yeah, getting the Roshan at least. So I don't know. I'm speechless.
Yeah, I don't know. He netted his team a little bit of extra gold, I guess, but yeah. I was for sure he was going to cancel that. There's no reason you should be going to those familiars at all. Yeah, clowny plays to say the least coming out from CNB's Tinker. We have a pause finally after the Centaur has been microed around for the greater part of a minute,
But this is bad news for No Earth Spirit. Like, I mean, the Centaur is really like an important initiator, now also the wielder of the pipe. Something you don't want to have permanently disconnecting or lagging whatsoever, but it's the 3rd time he's DCing, so apparently there is a severe problem. But yeah, like, to sum this up, like, after this very interesting Roshan, like, even there he didn't go for Ghost Scepter, and with his 1,600 gold, he bought a Stuff of Wizardry, which means he can still just get completely, I don't know, blown to pieces by Razor, by Lycan, by pretty much like everything that right-clicks, including all the units that are coming out now, the Necros whatsoever. So he wants to go for the Dagon, which is a cool thing, but I guess as a sidestep item, the Ghost Scepter would have been here the right choice. Like, I mean, they used the Ravage on him anyway in that Roshan fight, so it was kinda, it didn't matter. So even if you had Ghost Scepter there, wouldn't have helped you, but it would have bought some time at least, and he would have survived the last engagement with the Lycan. So, as I said, I don't understand Wesley's item choices. It doesn't make any sense to me, and it hurts me as like a Tinker player.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Ghost Scepter is not the end-all be-all. Centaur can still destroy him, but definitely would have saved him down in bottom up against the Lycan summon had he finished it there. And also, if you're going to make a move like that and jump into the Roshan pit, you need the Ghost Scepter. I don't think there's... In fact, you need, like, Ghost Scepter BKB. Or else that's not even a thing you can do.
BKB is not even necessary. Just go for the Ghost Scepter as a sidestep item, then into the Dagon. I mean, you're playing on from the back foot here anyway, so... For now, all you need to do as a Tinker is get the damn March of Machines up so they can't break high ground, and have a Ghost Scepter in case that Lycan decides to go full YOLO and just follow you with the Shapeshift, which he can at any point right now. You could even dive deep into the base, just get that kill and run away.
For sure, this game Ghost Scepter into Dagon's the proper build, but if you want to dive into the Roshan pit, you need BKB as well so they can't ravage you.
Oh, there is something in the chat, something really interesting. For the people who does... Okay, I have to translate it in proper English. For the people that don't know what patria means, the politician used that word as an excuse for economic problems of the country, and the people use it like, we are in crisis, but how... What? But how... who cares? We have patria. Ah, now see, now we get it. Patria. Okay, I'm full on
So
patria
apparently the just infrastructure in his country not working out for him would be my best guess as to that translation.
Oh well. Well, this is welcome on HeflaTV, the multilingual stream experience for Dota 2. We are open for all languages. It's just too bad that like Grandis, like I'm always hoping that our Morica casters, they know a bit Spanish, because I understand basic understanding of Spanish is there. I could probably could even go shopping or something, and the same with Portuguese, but yeah, like overall it's pretty bad. And the Morica casters, mostly they had Spanish in school, so I'm always hoping they can translate here and there stuff for me, like I do for you guys, for example, when it comes to, I don't know, Serbian, Czech, Polish, or Russian for that matter, because we have a lot of Russian teams, and it starts with. I think you were also one of those guys who said booktop instead of Victor because it was the Cyrillic signs. But it's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, booktop. It's Victor, just with Cyrillic signs. Oh, this language is fun.
Yeah, I don't know. My problem with learning languages is I moved after elementary school. So I was in French in elementary school, and then I had like 2 years of Spanish, and I moved back to French. So even though I live in Texas and I should know Spanish, I do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, Portuguese,
Oh, well.
Spanish, something at least where we know some basic stuff. So with the Brazilians, at least here and there we understand some stuff.
Yep.
So let's see, 25 minutes. What do you think? They're gonna keep going? Like if the center is gonna reconnect, we're gonna see them breaking high ground? Because I think they could. We have the Necro already on the Lycan, and I don't know. Mana status is relatively okayish, except for the Tidehunter. Only thing is, of course, we have no Ravage. Then again, we have Aegis, and we have Arcana Scepter on the Razor, which means the Razor could even go for some YOLO push on a tower. Cliff would be available in about 1 second exactly, which means they could actually buy the time they need to get the Tinker online again. So unless the Tinker dies right after, they have Marcher machines to spam at least most of it out. So it will be Wolves, Necro units, and maybe Eye of the Storm doing about half of the tower, but that's it. I don't think they can break it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that CNB have the tools to delay this. Had Tidehunter had a little bit more mana and the Ravage available, maybe they could go high ground, but yeah.
I'm actually I should probably troll the chat. They're gonna wait. I just troll the chat.
Okay. I have no idea what he's going to do until it comes up in my chat as well, so... Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, this is a bad move.
Yeah.
Oh, this actually now like everybody's gonna hate on me now because I'm born in Germany. Like I don't even care. I mean, I watched the final, but well, I mean it wasn't even the final, but like I watched of course pretty much everything from the 8 finals onwards. But I really felt for Brazil. Like I really felt for it because they were the host of the championship, and like I mean I wanted that Germany wins, but like with a nice battle, like a 3-2 or something, like, or maybe even penalty, you know, maybe penalty. That would have been amazing, but that Brazil like really got so, I don't know, declassed by Germany. That was to me a surprise as well, and apparently it won't happen again because like at the moment like most of the German players are retiring at the moment because we had so many old players. This is. I'm just reading news at the moment, or like I read them the last days, and I was like, well, all our like 28, 29 old year players, they're all retiring, which is probably the right choice to do, because you're world champion. If you keep on playing, you might lose next time. Either way, we're back to Dota. Finally, Center is back. And now let's see if they actually manage to get high ground. Cliff is available. Let's see if it's coming out. It's coming out. It buys the Tinker the time. So Tinker should come back in. And let's see. Marcher machines, rockets should be flying. But of course, there is a pipe. And I was wrong. They are breaking high ground. Focusing first the meteorics. But now, there it goes.
There's the jump in from the Brewmaster. He starts making some havoc, but the range barrack is already down. Jump in from the center. He finds the Tinker inside the enemy base. They don't have enough damage. They lose the Tidehunter to start this off. Lycanthrope is not focused down the barracks as he is thrown up in the air. Witch Doctor ultimate has been let loose, and they lose the Razor in the midst of this entire team fight. 4DR comes back into his normal form and just gets bursted down in between 4 enemy heroes. Klotz is trying to finish somebody off, anything, but he's not able to find them. Tinker joins the fray yet again, has the Blink Dagger available. It looks like for now Ban Earth are going to be repelled, but they lost the range barracks, and I don't think Ban Earth are going to be very upset with what they lost. They lost an Aegis and a Tide.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like from CNB's point of view, this might actually be not bad, but oh, does maybe the center find? No, there's the Blink Dagger is not ready. But I don't know, from their perspective, it was kind of okayish thing. They'll only They only lost, and he just disconnected again. I can't even believe it. So I guess they're gonna micro him just through. He denied the tower now, even though he's not online. But I don't know. From their perspective, it's okay. The melee rack still stands. Only a tower lost and 2 people. They got at least 1 kill. And the age is down. When you're playing from behind, this might actually be the best outcome of this fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst that could have happened, but still losing or getting your base broken against a Lycan team is just going to make it that much scarier if they're able to push into your base. Well, they're going to find the Lycan in the jungle with the Disruption Soulcatcher. He gets the ultimate off, but I don't think he's going to be able to go anywhere, and indeed he doesn't. Shadow Demon gets the last hit.
Yeah, and nom 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 nom. This was a mega kill. That's very tasty. 728 gold here for the Shadow Demon. That's something he definitely likes. And oh, there's a Stampede. Razor TPing up, but interrupting it. He wants to go in. Casket flying. There's the stun and the Ravage. The Tinker just arrived with the TP instead of just interrupting it. And look at it go. Oh yeah, that ward is just amazing. Doing so much damage. But now, at least the Panda's trying to turn it around. He has to finally pay the toll for all this damage in the past. But look at it. Like the Razor just taking care of the Fire Panda. Maybe they're gonna follow now Ned, because that's an easy kill. There's the stump. Oh, he interrupts the TP. What did you do, Ned? You were safe. You were safe, my friend. He interrupted the TP just to not get stumped by the hoof stomp, but the hoof stomp was actually off target because someone else is microing him at the moment. So Ned just threw his life away there. But what a fight. Like, what a... Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know, a very interesting fight to watch, and I don't know, something to look back on in the VOD. Well, they're going to start focusing on the Power of Legend. The DC'd players, they jump in with 4DR as well. It looks like Power of Legend is just going to die, and I think that Love should just let him be. His Fan of Swain pokes his head in, but eventually just backs off with that extra movement speed.
Yep, absolutely. And CNB, I don't know, here and there some precision strikes, but overall still Bun Earth making the better trades. And I don't know, I just don't understand the Tinker. Like, I mean, he saw that huge clash, he saw 3 people incoming, he knew Ravage is up, he knew the Death Ward is up, and he just didn't interrupt his TP. I think letting that Viper die and everybody going back might have been the better trade overall. I was surprised that they got at least that 1 Witchdog kill through, but it's just a bad trade, and also a bad positioning by the Tinker. You just can't expect to, I don't know, be able to even shift Dagger out of this, because there's just too much stuff going on at the same time. Plus the Ravage would have even probably caught you out if you blink max range away, but that is all it. We have another smoke. CNB wants to come back. They smell blood just because there is 1 disconnect, of course, on Bun Earth. Let's see.
Yeah, Tinker actually went for the Force Staff. He can't join this fight with the Spirits here, or Visage Familiars. They're going to jump on the Fan of Swain. He's purged up and dispersed it too quickly. Visage, yeah, that extra nuke damage coming up from the Shadow Demon as well as the Visage was too much. And if you're caught between 5 enemy heroes, you're pretty much dead. Anyway, they blink in looking for more. They try to find the Tide Hunter, but he'll be able to force out to safety. Yes, Ravage coming up for cooldown 5 seconds. So let's see.
Yep, by the way, I got him Scepter on Witchdog. Done. The next time they get such a great setup here with a Death Ward, this Death Ward is gonna just race through CNB like the hell. And they're like, what is this? I think CNB just doesn't want to lose against Volvo servers. Wait, seriously? No, don't tell me the servers are going down. Then I'm just going nuts.
I am checking the ping for everybody, and actually the ping check is taking forever. So, is it even responding? It finally responds, but everybody in the game has above 300 ping. The highest being almost 1,000, and the lowest being 347.
Well,
and that's a caster. The players have about 500.
Yeah, Lord Gaben striking us. And yeah, Patria. Volvo shit, but we have our patriotism. Our Volvoism. Whatever you want to call it. We still stick to the game, even with shit servers.
For sure, let's see. Yep. We just kinda wait, hopefully the ping is better. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like this is playable now. One of the casters still has 1,000 ping, but I don't know. Tough beans.
No problem.
Let's see.
Teshi's got uploaded.
Yep. Let's see. Well, back into this game, we do have the... Oh. Okay.
By the way, look what the Tinker just picked up. I mean, he has a 4-staff.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Where's your Ghost Scepter? How does he want to survive? Like if, like right now, like this situation, if Alexis wants to, he can pop that shapeshift and just go. Necro is there, howl in 4 seconds, but he doesn't even need the howl. Shapeshift on and get the Tinker. Like that 4 stuff won't help him at all. And obviously Blink Dagger will be disabled anyway by following Necro units. It's I don't understand. I'm completely baffled with this.
Yeah, I mean, usually Force Staff is seen as kind of a replacement Blink if you can't get the Blink off reliably. Maybe if you're playing against a Viper or somebody who's building Radiance, but still, at this point in the game, he still has 2,000 gold in the bank, saving it for buyback. That's definitely the right choice, but yeah, I mean, if you could just replace that Force Staff with the Ghost Scepter, much better option for him. And while the items from Banned Earth Spirit are going to be a lot more effective, we have a completed refresher on the Razor, and as you mentioned already, we have the Agnum Scepter Witch Doctor Ultimate, which is actually pretty crazy. If you're able to get a good Ravage off on like 3 heroes, those 3 heroes are pretty much dead with that Death Ward being channeled.
Yep, and that Death Ward, by the way, like the Aghanim Scepter. If you remember that mid-fight, for example, or fights before, where we had this amazing, like, Death Wards coming out, now with Aghanim Scepter, this is just... this is gonna hurt. This is really gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to hurt as soon as we get into the game properly. Let's see, ping check. Oh no.
Seriously.
Steam servers are actually going down. Hopefully this game won't be affected.
It's always the same. Like, whenever I have night shift, this is happening. I remember when 6.8 came out, I casted CNB versus Sneaky Nick's Assassins. Or was it another team? I mean, it was Sneaky Nick's Assassins, but the other team, I think it was a Brazilian team. But either way, like, we had to wait 3 hours to start the game. In the game, we had then a second patch uploaded, which means we had to make a remake. And then the Brazilians, it took them about half an hour, 40 minutes or so to download the first patch, another half an hour to like have the fast fix whatever was wrong patch downloaded. So in the end we had like 5 or 6 hours delay, but we were committed. We were the only English stream on that game. So if we went offline, there was just no coverage for it. So I was like, yeah, okay, and and this was after a whole day of casting already, just like today. I mean, today, this is, I don't know how many game it is, a lot already. Like casting I-League, that was free. Before that, a best of 2. This is the second best of 2, and if I decide to go even for those other games, then I have 3 more best of 1s in front of me or ahead of me, and maybe even a German cast right after.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff to be cast. I don't know, we need Coucher back, I think. Really bad.
Yep, we need Coucher back, but he's coming on Monday. So is Mike. That's also funny. Like when people go, they always go at the same time. That's what I love about the HeflaTV stuff. I can definitely guarantee, like if one guy tells me like, oh yeah, I'm gone on, let's say, next week, then I'm pretty sure I can count the minutes till the second guy is coming on to me and PMing me like, hey, like I think next week we are all here, so I can take a week off. I'm like, no, you can't. You are not allowed to.
Well, Volvo gives servers, please. This is, I don't know. Are we gonna have to, like, I don't know, like, what happens if we can't play this game?
Here, shout out to Mr. Cormias. Hopefully this game will be affected because it's so embarrassing. Just cancel the match. Follow up here by Johnny Ong.
Oh.
Please cancel the match. Master Ruffles kills. Free. Well, the chat definitely agrees on cancel match with even shout out little back bunnies. Okay.
Oh dear.
Now we're gonna cast it through. It's not gonna be cancelled, so don't worry, guys. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yep.
But I changed the score back because, like, the Brazilians they hate me so much now.
Yep. Well, let's see. We're just waiting in anticipation for this Lycanthrope to rip the Tinker to shreds and just chase after him in wolf form. In mid, We have Blink canceled on the power of a legend, and he's trying to turn around. Maybe they'll be able to catch somebody. Tidehunter has Blink Ravage. I don't think he can catch more than one with that Ravage. Not worth.
I don't know. Like, I don't even want to talk about this game. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about food. What's your favorite food?
Let's see.
Spaghetti.
Thai red curry is probably my favorite food right now, but I really like etouffee as well.
Again? What? That's
Thai
also
red curry.
exquisite.
Etouffee, it's Cajun food. It's like a shrimp gravy over rice. It's really tasty.
Boah. No, like I don't eat seafood at all. I don't eat fish and seafood. Like I hate everything. You know, I'm a diver. I used to be even like a diving instructor in Egypt for a year. And like I don't know, I like to watch everything that comes from the sea, but I don't eat it. Like I don't know why. It's I guess like why, for example, we in the Western world would never eat dogs because we just like them as pets or as animals as such. So yeah.
Fair
But good
enough,
to
I
know that
suppose.
you're like a shrimp guy. So you like Forrest Gump? You know Baba from Forrest Gump?
Yes.
Then you know all the shrimp stuff. I love this guy so much. Forrest Gump is my favorite movie. I watch it about 10 times a year or so. But hey, look at this. Look at this. Centaur. He reconnected in the meantime. So maybe it wasn't even a bad thing that we wait now for the servers and whatnot.
What is the Centaur's ping? Hey, the pings are back to normal.
Yeah. We might
I think
actually
we can go.
Everybody's like, go, go, go before it's getting worse. Send off the light. Let's go. Yeah, 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 he says. And then we are back in the game and let's see what's happening.
Lycanthrope Backsoft does not go on the Tinker. Tinker TP's back to base and was actually mid TP, so Lycan need an Abyssal to go for that. But for now, he pops the Necro Book and just goes on this Tier 3 tower. Tier 3 tower is almost just going to die from that. They pop the Glyph, but I don't think that's really going to do much, as Lycanthrope should be able to get this with just his summons, and Tinker kills the Necro minion. Lycanthrope could go for that. In the end, he will just back off.
He needs the money. But now they follow him, but yeah, they won't get anything. The problem is the Lycan can just rinse and repeat this all the time now. Like whenever it's ready, you can just go for it. There's nothing, not effective counter push to actually somehow get this. So Lycan just can stay in lane, then they can play 4 on 5, just engage them somewhere in the fight. And in the meantime now, especially with the cliff down, they can just easily YOLO on a Rex. Even a melee Rex would be possible. Roshan, by the way, we still gotta wait a minute till we know when his exact timer is. But yeah, with the Centaur back now, we have also a second guy who's pushing out the lane. So CNB will see themselves within the next minutes more and more pinned down to their base. And this is really bad news for them because they might win a fight, but they will not win the war. That's the problem. Like whatever is left after the fight, they might find their home destroyed in the meantime.
Yeah, they're looking for the Lycan kill, which is a step in the right direction. Let's see if they're going to be able to find him. Looks like Alex Z is going to back off towards the right. They're looking for a disruption. They find it with a 4-step onto Baga. Where's the follow-up? They're looking for the stomps. They will get one, stomp two, as well as some spells being thrown out towards Alex Z, and they'll be able to burst him down in the end. That Soul Catcher landing was absolutely pivotal. Had they not had that extra damage, Lycan would have survived with his ultimate available. But in the end, they get a high priority kill on the Lycanthrope to at least stem the bleeding for now.
Yep, and I really hope the Lycan is also going soon for BOT. Just because, for example, right now we have the Witch Dog pushing the wave here, and on the other side we have someone else. Even though we have at the moment the Viper creep skipping here top.
Oh, Tinker! Oh no, the blink! It got cancelled by the Marching Machines, and he won't be able to get it off. End of Soyan, not going to be clapped up, and in the end, a little bit pipe for nothing, or is it? As 40R jumps in, he gets a clap onto everybody, but the pipe absorbs a lot of that damage. He steals the damage from the Fire Bandit, and the Fire Bandit is taking a lot in return as the Centaur goes into the back lines. He's going to be focused down by the Viper, but here comes the Ravage. This one's going to be good and lands onto 3 heroes, as well as some of the Brewlings. The Witch Doctor ultimate's being channeled, not doing very much damage, just too far away from the back of the fight, and 3 heroes are dead inside of Ban Earth, and it looks like it might be even more as Glades he's trying to TP out. Will he be able to? There's nothing cancel it. Phantom Soyan going to make a similar retreat. They do have the disruption this time. However, Baga's taking a lot of damage from that Eye of the Storm. Phantom Soyan, he's tanking through a decent amount of this, but caught between too many heroes in the end. Does not make it out. Shadow Demon does die to the Razor's last plasma field thrown out, but
Yep, CNB striking back. This really helped them, to be honest. This fight really helped them. And the funny thing is, I actually thought they're sort of safe after the stampede, but the center was like, guys, come on, let's fight this. But in the end, he was kind of, yeah, finding a horde of Brazilians that are willing to fight, because they know if we don't fight, if we don't push them out, if we don't get like a huge swing in XP and gold very much soon, as well as pushing out the lanes, we're gonna lose this game. So apparently, yeah, this morale, like, hey guys, if we don't fight, we don't win this game at all, because they will just push us down with Necros and whatnot. Yep, it really helped them. So going for YOLO mode there, it worked out, and I definitely like it. So 27-29, 34 minutes in, and Lycan respawned, as well as the rest of the guys still in gold, just 10k. This will update a bit more, but it's just like 3k gold left after the lost in this fight. Experience, however, their CNB is holding themselves quite onto it at the moment, and let's see. Maybe they even managed to nullify this craft, but Tinker, he gotta be careful though. Like, the way he TPs in here, this center might actually find him.
Yeah, I know. Eventually he will be able to back off, and the courier is going to die to the Witch Doctor. Where did that happen? Happened towards mid lane. What was it doing over there? Was that a Scythe of Ice?
That was the Tinker.
That was the Mystic Staff. That was towards his Scythe. Other couriers gonna die within minutes of each other, and now Phantom Swain, he's trying to run away with the central ultimate. It looks like he's going to find. He's stunned up by one of the familiars in the backlines with the Brewmaster split. He's looking for more. It's taking a lot of damage from the Archer Scenes. They're fighting entirely inside of this. They get this stomp onto the Visage and blow him up with the double edge to follow. Power of the Legend is falling to these vicious familiars, doing a lot of damage, but the return is also doing a lot of return damage towards them. Glace is being focused down by the Viper. Claude C22 is going to be able to get that one. Jump and hoof stomp onto 2, and now they'll focus down the Viper and look for 4DR as well. Ravage command as it catches out Wesley as well as 4DR. There's a double kill for the Tinker, however, beyond the grave, but now 4DR, man fighting up against Alex D. Not a man fight he can win. He gets the blink off, and maybe he will actually be able to make it out to safety. Since those misses coming out from the Lycan made sure that he was able to blink.
Yep, it's too bad we didn't have a Shivas or anything like that here in this region, because that Razor and that Centaur, like, I mean, the Razor died eventually, but the Centaur surviving with goddamn 100 HP or so. Anyway, with this fight, the Lycan just has all the time in the world to just get Roshan, and this is Roshan number 3. Both teams don't have couriers now, because one got sniped by the Witch Dog, with half of the sheep stick pretty much in there, and the other one got, I don't know what value that was.
It was just like some support stuff, magic stick, TP, worths.
Yeah. Oh well, then it's all okay. I mean, but still, both couriers are down. Still, they get Roshan. Cheese is going to the center, and he's gonna get BKB as well. BKB is done on him as well. And I think the Lycan could use a BKB as well. Like, his bottle is kind of outdated anyway.
Yep, that will be his choice. He's not all the way there, but he'll have it very quickly, especially after he sells this bottle and kills that catapult. He has enough gold if he sells the bottle.
Yep, let's see. I mean, this fight in favor for Bannerf, the other one for CNB. There's one thing, and that is of course good for CNB. At the moment, Bannerf is not pushing, because they are afraid after that Lycan. I don't know, they are still a bit shaken up after this Lycan push, or that Lycan death, because he was pushing and then he got caught out. That's how easy you can get that Lycan, and still, all you need is like enough burst damage. If they do it right, then it all works. And let's see, I mean, Wesley now, like, regardless of what he played earlier, like, he will still get a Tinker with, with the Scythe device, which means he can disable at least one target. That will be the Lycan, most likely. But still, the problem is, like, this game, he could have done so much more with a normal Ethereal Blade build. Like, I don't know how often he would have survived, but he's just getting, yeah, knocked out.
Even if he doesn't go completely for the Ethereal Blade and just gets the Ghost Scepter, that alone would have saved him numerous times. Now that the Courier just respawned, he will have the completed Scythe. Although not the best at getting heroes down, especially against all of the haste coming out from Banner Spirit, still a worthy pickup.
Yep. So let's see. Banner, they want to finish this, and we have a double damage actually on the center, half duration. They smoke, and it's nighttime, so CNB actually didn't see this one. They might just go for the Rex here.
Yeah, Lycan in mid and everybody else in top. They're getting one of the Rexes one way. They drop the glyph to delay things for 5 seconds, but with the refresher Eye of the Storm already committed, they jump in towards the top while the Lycan's beating away at the melee barracks. He gets the melee barracks in mid, and I think they can just commit to this. There's the Witch Doctor ultimate being challenged from the low ground. Doesn't catch very much. There goes the Ravage, however, and Alex is just tearing through these heroes in the mid, but that's Mega Creeps, I believe. Or almost. They need the bottom barracks as well, as this fight is starting to pick up for CNB as they finish down Fan of Soy, and Blink forward 4DR slows down Glacius, and there's a slight device to cancel the TP. Finally, they can actually catch one of these TPing out heroes, and the Witch Doctor's also going to give us life, but they still got 2 barracks for that, so definitely worth it.
Yep, absolutely. So 2 for 2 barracks. That's a trade you can do at any point, and the Racer is already blinking on bottom. So CNB, it comes down to, guys, we gotta push right now, or we have a problem. I mean, for now, it's pretty cool. All 3 lanes are like pushed above the riverline, like beyond the riverline. I mean, and yeah, this is it. Like, this is absolutely it. Problem is, we have still, of course, the Aegis on a Lycan and a cliff available. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, they have the buyback on the Racer, but they're not going to pop it. I don't think they really need to. Marcher Machines is going to be annoying to walk up into, but for now, Ban Earth Spirit can just kind of back off. They're going to TP in to the Bird's Tinker, just refilling up with mana. He gets a gush immediately coming out from the Tinker. They do eventually pop the Glyph to save the Tier 3 tower, and, well, for now, that's going to be the cost of this push. They focus a little bit in melee barracks, but here comes the Hoof Stomp. He gets immediately scythed up by the Tinker as this Wolf is coming in. Witch Doctor Ultimate doing a huge amount of damage to this teamfight, bouncing from hero to hero. He's still challenging it, but it's not doing much now. Wesley's focused down. Will they be able to get this kill? They will with the Plasma Field. And now buyback from the Tinker. He needs to get back into this fight immediately. What will he be able to do, however? Klotzy trying to TP out, and Tinker jumping back in. He gets the Hex off onto Fan of Soy, and Fan of Soy being focused down by the Brewlings, but he's still taking, or doing more damage than he's taking. We have a laser being thrown the way of the Lycanthrope to give him that mischance, but the Wolves are just munching away at Wesley, and this will be a dieback from the Tinker. A TP attempt failing from 4DR, and now the Tinker going to die. I think for all intents and purposes, that's GG.
Yep, like the Brewmaster can still buy back, but the Tinker's out for 80 seconds. They already have the creep wave in the base, and now Ban Earth Spirit with all people alive. They're just gonna go through mid, into bottom. There's just nothing they can do. And again, the Tinker is getting killed by Wolves. Alone. Just by Wolves. And one Ghost Scepter would have prevented that, so still don't understand it. But they have everything ready. Now they follow here the Panda. There is some harass damage coming out. Of course, Viper's still alive, but oh, look at this cast. It's bouncing between, and Ravage on top of it. And now I think that's it. Double ultimate by the Razor. And yeah, there it is. GG. It has to come out now. There is no way they can save it. And look how this... this Rax. This Rax is just exploding. Like... Either way, Viper just bought back to say hello, but 4-star forward, and now he's just ravaging through it. Easy going. Viper going down. Second time net might be the next one, or is it? Oh, Ghost Scepter. He finally learned it, but and the cheese being used. G's, GG.
Yeah, after quite a long pause there, we are going to have the GG well played coming out. I think they'll just let this Ancient die. We'll have to see. I think they'll get the auto attack off on here. Yeah, they will.
Either way, guys, we make this short. Game 2 will be up. JDL is always a 2-game series, so yes, we are back in about 3 or 4 minutes with game number 2. This one, well, I just hope CNB doesn't pick up Tinker, because there were a lot of good plays, but also a lot of mistakes and a lot of questionable skill builds and item choices. Either way, we are back in 3 or 4 minutes.